That little exercise in wudu was the basis for the khutbah. So all of the filler that I had was not necessary, because I might have told you about the nafs. It's nafs amara, lawama, mutmaina. But I have to tell you that because as Maslow is teaching you, Allah has already taught you. Allah is the teacher. Make sure that your soul and your spirit is conscious of being at a state in which if you don't get it right, it will take you towards evil. It's prone to it. But if you get past that, then you will graduate to a self-accusing spirit that will evaluate every action you need to take. Will tell you, yeah, you know you're lying. You know you lying, man. You know, people see you a certain way, but you know you lying. It'll tell you, now you lying on me. I don't want to go to hell. You get yourself right, and you'll say, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. Because I want paradise. Ain't got nothing to do with you. You're the object of what I lied to. So I want to get right with you. And I want to show you a good example so you'll do it too. So that I can graduate to mutmaina, pleased and pleasing. Now don't get it messed up. It's not like high school, junior college, college degree, or advanced degree. In this life, you can make it all the way up there and go right down to the bottom because you don't protect your soul and your spirit. Because it has a knowledge of what's right for it and what's wrong for it. Now, as we conclude this khutbah, I apologize for being a little bit over, but as I am in Mobile, very perceptive, I have not looked into one face yet that is still thinking about how late I came for this khutbah and how I should have been here on time. And don't the Imam know that that brother should have been here to get this khutbah at 1:30, and then you know what you got to do when you leave here. Well, I'm a funeral director, and I don't make plans off of future events. I live in the present because the future is not promised to us. So while you're judging people on your future, make sure you're taking care of your present. You know, the magicians in the court of Pharaoh, they allowed Moses to throw first. And when Moses threw first, they said, we believe in the Lord of Moses, because they were magicians. And Moses said, the Pharaoh said, surely you are their teachers since they're submitting to you. But no, they were high scientists. They knew their trickery, and they knew all advanced forms of trickery. And they knew what Moses had wasn't no trickery. So they was getting themselves right then. Say, we don't believe in you, Pharaoh, no more. Go ahead and take one hand and one leg. You see, they knew about Janazah. It ain't going to be here no way. You go ahead and take these body parts. When paradise comes, from what Moses has told me, I believe in the Lord of the worlds, the Lord of the heavens and the earth. So two things. Remember that dua. Remember that from Quran. Remember the Imam, the funeral director, who performs janazas. And you perform them on your brothers and your sisters. And you remember how Imam Ali said, you should not be watching them talking about what you say to yourself. You should be reminded that these are witnesses now. And it'll make you conscious. And it'll make you a better person. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala as-salah, hayya ala as-salah, hayya ala al-falah, hayya ala al-falah. Qad qamat as-salatu, qad qamat as-salah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah.
Right here, it's fine.
Right here? Okay. You gonna make it?
No.
Me? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine for you.
Yes. Yeah. Please straighten your lines of stone. Sisters, they're ready. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وتين وزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل السافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبوك بعد بدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillah. One final appeal. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. One final appeal. I did receive notification that we have needs as a community. The narrative of the story of a purified heart talks about what is halal being clear, what is haram being clear, and those things in between are doubtful matters. And when we are conscious about what is haram and what is halal, we free ourselves as it relates to our religion. And then it talks about the king having a sanctuary, and Allah's sanctuary is his prohibitions. And then there's a morsel of flesh. Remember, the funeral director says that the focus from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not the physicality. So it is not about the morsel of flesh being the heart, but the spirit that drives us. Now, that is related to our principles, but most importantly to zakat. The Prophet, the prayers and the peace be upon him, the Prophet had a spirit for zakat in which each evening he would empty the treasury, because he had an understanding of the present. You see, we have been inculcated with saving money, putting it back. But Muhammad, the prayers and the peace be upon him, he looked for people to spend the monies, because he educated a community of believers that understood that, and they were recipients of it, and they would empty their coffers, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would wake them up the next day and make them prosperous and industrious people in which they had occupations and means to regenerate wealth. And each day they would not know whether they would wake up the next day. So they observed the institution of zakat and sadaqah. So I am reminding my community, as we're trying to build beautiful masjids like this and foundations, that when the believers have needs, we don't selfishly forget ourselves and then start talking about how much we gonna give, or how they lived, or who they were, or how we felt about them. Because Muhammad had a companion that said that he knew all of the hypocrites. And one of the companions came up to him one day and said, "Am I one of them?" I love Hollywood. I miss my opportunity. So every time I give a khutbah, stand before a group of people, I make sure I give a wonderful performance of sincerity so people can follow. Now, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm from Alabama now. I'm trying to tell you that the institution of zakat takes care of all of our needs. Then foundations do the rest. And I know everything is bigger in Texas.
Nice. Alaikum salam. Takbir. Takbir. So real quick, some announcements before you make your sunnah salat. As always, we ask you please to give generously in your zakat and your donations to follow up what Imam Ali was saying. We want to make dua for Sister Medina Green, who's in the hospital. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses her to have a full recovery, and she's at St. Luke's. Is that right? But yes, so let's please keep her and her family in our du'as. The events that we have coming up, of course, we had a time to be grateful that's coming up in December. We're encouraging everybody to get your tickets today. Sister Green is going to be outside sitting at a table right there that you can get registered. You can purchase your tickets and everything. You can be part of the souvenir brochure, all the events that are going to be taking place the weekend of December 14th through the 16th. You can see Sister Green, who's going to be sitting outside at the table right there. Our feast for the day, a feast, consists of mushroom chicken, fried fish, steamed cabbage, rice, beans, cornbread, tea,